Okay, so we just did the power 4 unit circle, the points for that. Of course, we have the angles. So the next step is a power 6 unit circle. Same process as before. I'll just take this circle, kind of get it out of the way for now, and move it way off to the side. And we saw again where that triangle comes from. It comes from that first point, first angle, which is power 6. We know that the hypotenuse of that triangle will be 1. Of course, this is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So you can use a 30, 60, 90 rule. In doing that, what you'll see is this has a height of 1/2 and a base of the square root 3/2. Of course, there's other ways to do that, but that 30, 60, 90 rule is by far the quickest and easiest to do. It's just one of those rules that you really rarely ever use, so it's hard to remember what that is. So, in keeping with the last circle, the power 4 circle, we'll just kind of look at the rest of this. So we know that the first point, of course, is still to the right 1 and up 0. The second point now, the base of that triangle we just saw, I'll just move that triangle right back in there. The base of that triangle was the square root 3/2, so that x value is the square root 3/2. The y value is 1/2. Well, if that's the case, then let's take a look at this triangle. I'm going to kind of move that around. I'm going to rotate it a little bit. I'll rotate it this way. And then I'm going to reflect it. So let's see if I can figure out how to do that. Okay, so now I've got a reflection of that triangle, and it fits right in there. So I can use that same triangle to find this second point. In fact, it has, instead of a base of square root 3/2, now the base is the 1/2 value. So this x value across the top, which would be the same as on the x-axis, the x value is 1/2. The y value up and down is the same as the base that we used before, so square root 3/2. So it's really nice because if you can remember this first point, just swap the x and y values and you've got your second point. Well, once you have those two, especially the first one, you can find the second one. After that, of course, we know this point up here at 5/2 is 0, 1. And we can keep going just as before with the power 4 unit circle. We go across the y-axis. These 2 points will be the same, except that they'll differ by a sign, and that sign changes on the x value. So we'll change those up. Same thing right here, just look straight across. Sign of the x value changes, square root 3/2, positive 1/2, negative square root 3/2 on that one. In fact, you can even do this, of course, with the 0 and the pi angles. Instead of 1, 0, this is negative 1, 0. Once we get to the third quadrant, just come straight down from that point above, and we see that they have the same x value. They got the same x value right there, but they have opposite y values now. Same thing with this next point. Go straight down, same x value, opposite y values, and so on. So I think we can probably finish this up pretty easily at this point. You can either go across the y-axis or go straight down across the x-axis for this next point. Either way, it's got a positive x value and a negative y value. And we finish this one up with a positive x value, kind of small right there. Positive x value and negative y value. So I'm going to clean that up just a little bit because that's a mess. But overall, I think it's pretty nice. Once you get that first point out of the way, all the rest of them fall right in there. So That's the pi over 6 unit circle. Again, these are points that we need to remember, but once you have this first point, you can find all the rest pretty easily. So there we've got pi over 4, pi over 6. Next thing we'll probably do a little quick review just before we move forward.